I am not ready, but that's all right. You're gonna lead, and I'm gonna just. I think I'm live. I'm live. Oh, fucking OBS. All right. Fred's been live for a little bit longer than me. We're both live now. Good evening, folks, and welcome to another RW Tech Dead Wars 2012 foray into Dying Light. By the way, Fred, I named mine Dying Light Part 6, Down to the Pit. Don't step in shit.
I named mine Dealing with This Wintery Hellscape has got me wishing to live in the Harran.
Yeah, it is. The part of the country we're in has been inundated with and by the way, a little bit north of us it's even worse, but like where we are right now is already like hell on earth, people. It's like it is fucking misery.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine outside of our state. Well, apparently Kentucky's getting hit real bad. Obviously all the Midwestern states are getting fucking screwed up the ass.
Oh, but about 40 minutes north of us, Fred, they have the most snow in the entire country, even more than anywhere. Like, they got 270 inches so far this season.
Ow! What the?
Which is, what, like over 20 feet of snow?
Yeah,
like 25 feet
that's
of
something,
snow.
that's for sure.
There's roofs collapsing, like in the county right above us.
Don't start saying roof collapse on a night like tonight. Don't say roof collapse on a night like tonight.
Oh, okay. I won't say roof collapse. Roofs are caving in. Horrific.
Oh man, it's been my worst nightmare to be just sleeping and just all of a sudden just like hear a loud crash and I can't move.
Even with a knock on plywood.
Nice.
Even with a finely crafted domicile as you have, it would take about 5 or 6 feet of continuous snow for that to cave in, and which is what happened in our neighbors to them about an hour north of us. They got 6 feet in 3 days, so that's why the roofs are caving in. So if that happens to us, first of all, I think I'll just break myself to a drunken stupor where I am.
Can you dig me out first?
We'll take my old snowblower, no selector gear. We'll wrap a chain around your house.
March your happy ass through my goddamn snowbank of a path. Can
I? Yes. So I have a snowblower, but it's literally like decided to like shit the bed with the gear selector. Fred even helped me with his like fancy toolkit trying to fix it, and
it
like,
worked temporarily.
Yeah. I bought a cheap ass part and then like it fucked me. And at this point the snowblower is like 17, 18 years old, which it got a good life. I mean that's in this day and age, any type of investment lasting that long is
yeah, honestly, if you can get like any of your possessions to last longer than 10 years, that's a success. Hell, 5 years is a fucking is an impossibility these days.
Yeah. Well, think of like even phones, like that. If you can get 5 years out of a phone, that's like a major win.
Oh God, I push my phones way longer than Apple even wants me to.
Yeah. Your phone's, I mean, your phone's not ancient. What is it, like a 11 or 12?
I have the Wolverine phone, Ray. I threw that thing against the ceiling, fucked up the screen, and it still came back to life and healed itself. It healed the dead pixels. Yeah. I have like an experimental prototype phone that Apple is one day gonna come and fucking put a bullet in my head over. Just like, what does this guy have this? Get that back.
Well, if you notice, the problem is, you gave it a manly throw. I don't mean to make a sexist statement, but from what I've noticed, the vast majority of screen damage is like women.
Oh, fuck me. Like, it's like, not to knock my sister, she's the smartest woman in the world, the younger one. Yeah. But she slammed her, like, I was sitting shotgun with her as she slammed her phone in her own car door. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. I just That was first-degree murder. That was premeditated.
Yeah, that was pretty brutal.
Just walked up
like,
and just snapped that guy's neck just like a serial killer. Just like, you thought you were running? Oh, no. No, my friend.
Now, like, there is actually some truth to the fact since, like, the iPhone 11, they've made, like, the screens a little bit more durable. But, like, if you remember when we were in high school, remember there's the girls, like, the iPhone 4s and 5s and shit?
Everyone had a fucked up screen.
Well, the vast majority was like chicks, though. It was like, yeah, occasionally a guy would have a fucked up phone. Like, I by the way, I've had smartphone. I'm a spoiled shit, so I've had smartphones since I was like 12, and I've had one iPhone where the screen cracked. Out of like, what is that, like 16 years of having these types of phones?
Yeah.
And like, that was like a huge accident that happened with that. But like, I know, like, just thinking of like 2 or 3 women I know, they've at least had, like, between the 3 of them, they've had at least 3 or 4 broken screens. And I'm not trying to say this as like I'm not trying to be a chauvinist. It's just an observation I made. It's like when, you know, guys do dumb guy stuff, right? Like, that's why we have a lower life expectancy.
Oh yeah.
Because like but it's like, it's a truism. It's like, you know, women are generally more, I'd like to think, more fearful of like stuff, but not when it comes to like phones.
Well, it's like women. Like, I don't want to say they're biologically predisposed, but it kind of makes sense. But like, women are more caring about living things. Like, they don't want living things to die. But tools, they can go to hell. You can always get a new one. Men are very protective of their tools, and will keep the same tool set for a dozen years in the back of their fucking shitty little compact, driving around being Captain Save-A-Ho to anybody who needs a ratchet set. But God forbid if I have any self-preservation at all. Like, I could get in a car wreck tomorrow and be like, man, oh my God, you're in shock because you're surprised. You're like, no, my fucking car is broken. No, I might as well be dead.
When my truck got stuck in that snowbank on the way to work, do you know how concerned I was? I wasn't concerned about my life. I was concerned about that fucking truck. I was like, Jesus, if something's wrong with this,
yeah.
But it was just a fucking snow. Like, that's how bad the snow is where we are, people.
Oh,
like,
God, yeah.
I got a full-size fucking truck. Well, the problem was the tires.
Yeah, to be fair, your tires were weather-worn.
Well, no, they were 800 miles. Like, the tires were practically new.
You're shitting me.
Shitty tires.
They were just like probably like summer radials or something, probably.
They're technically all season, so they could sell that truck up here, but they basically, and I actually was at the doctor's and I was talking to the nurse about what happened, and she's like, yeah, I got a new like SUV, and like they're just, unless you buy like the quote unquote off-road package on a SUV or truck,
yeah,
they put the shittiest all seasons on these cars. Like, they're basically summer radios, like you said, but they do enough to get them labeled.
Well, it's like you probably got like all seasons that would probably be properly rated for a lighter car such as mine, but you put them on a souped up, maxed out fucking Tundra, and all of a sudden, well, the name becomes ironic in the snow.
It does. I'm stuck in the Tundra. I mean, it's very comfortable.
It looks like a lovely car, and I can't wait till you get proper tires on it, but that thing is quite a few tons heavier than my car.
I got the tires today, and like just driving out of the mechanic was like a world of
difference. It's probably like swimming through the snow. How we get inside? Do we have to climb? I think we have to climb.
We have to climb. We got grappling hooks now.
Cheater rope.
It's just, I love the spin on like all the memes that people made up about, like, remember when fucking that Star Wars movie? They can fly now.
I'm going in.
Yeah, I fell.
I'm playing Solid Snake, snapping necks.
Oh God, I gotta jump. Oh Jesus, I'm at 1 health. I am What the fuck am I doing wrong with this grappling hook?
I got plenty of health kits.
Yeah, I don't know. Be fine, Fred. I gotta send you a clip of what just happened because it's pretty. Hold on. You know, Fred, I struggle with elevation sometimes.
You're fine. You got this.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
You got it. You're getting there.
Ow! Yeah. I fell. God damn. How did you fandangle your way up there, Fred?
I just shot to the highest point that I could.
This is a game made by Eastern Europeans. I can tell. Because it's lovable, but I also want to fucking smack it in a vodka-fueled rage. What the? Are you seeing what I'm doing?
I'm watching you. I don't know what you're doing wrong.
It's not giving me any lock on.
Give me a sec. Let me come back down to you. I'm gonna die, aren't I? Oh, I can aim for this. Oh.
Hey, I can't give you a med pack, but I can like give you words of encouragement for your. Okay.
There you go. So I just did this. Oh, I missed. Woo! Ah!
Fred, I feel incredibly retarded. Fred, I was trying to grapple at like medium distance.
You didn't think the grappling? Ah, behind you!
I was trying to let me put it this way. I was trying to treat the grappling hook like it was actually like feasible, like something you'd see in real life. But I should have just threw that logic out the window. Cause like, there can't be a grappling hook that's commercially available with skill. Then again, I guess in the CIA glow in the dark, it probably does. Never mind. I'm retarded a little bit tonight.
I was trying.
I'm glad you showed me.
I was trying to push him. I was trying to push him off the ledge.
Here, can we pick up his body?
But shit, chopping bits, like true heroes.
He's a flamer.
Oh God, I was getting into it on X earlier with somebody who just wouldn't have it when I said 80.
Yeah, I saw that. Was that about the Devil May Cry show?
Well, it's like the mother, like every single like instance where I thought I was gaining a little headway with the guy, he's just like, "You're talking out your ass." I'm like, "No, this is a fucking pattern." Because I was saying like 80 Shankar is a fucking hack who doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't care about the series he picks up.
Is that who's doing the show?
Well, he's changing a bunch of fucking story beats and changing a bunch of characters. And he's like, there's only 1 minute out. And it's like, no, there's tons of fucking material and artwork out. And everybody knows that Shady's gonna do Shady. 80's gonna do the same shit that he always does. He's gonna make the first two.
It'll be shady.
Well, he's gonna make the first 2 episodes like pretty close to like what the actual story is, and he might actually make them very good. But the problem is, the motherfucker's gonna get bored midway through the 2nd episode, and by the 3rd, it's all gonna be fucked. And for some reason, this asshole...
Castlevania.
Well, it's like the prick was like, well, because things don't get mainstream, that's why they die. And I'm like, no, because things go mainstream, a bunch of people get involved that don't give a shit and only use it for name recognition. And then they run it through the mud. And then as soon as the fucking project fails, they're like, well, it was always bad, so why do you care? It's a fucking insult.
Did you go down the side of the building?
Oh, yeah, I'm going down. But it's like, I even like brought up comics and he's like, comics never did successful until the MCU. And it's like, wow, there's literally no fucking reason to talk to you. Like, what a backwards fucking mindset. No, I'm not going to give him that credence. The fucking comics were in a golden age before the fucking, like, story-wise, they're in a golden age before, like, MCU got involved at all. then all the fucking stories coming out after which were just awful.
I slightly disagree with you, but not in the way that you think.
Yeah.
Oh, we're dead. My argument is that the MCU kind of emulated the 80-year history of the. Actually, I do agree with you. Like before MCU, yeah, the comics industry wasn't a good place. But if you look at like prior to like 2000, the 90s, the MCU actually emulated the 80-year history of the comics industry before the MCU in about 15 years, because you had a lot of you had a golden age, a silver age, then you had like a weird transitional period, and then like this current like batch of MCU films is like the comic industry in the 90s, which was like severely bankrupt, because that's why Marvel films ended up in like the IPs for film rights ended up in so many different companies' coffers, because they literally like screwed the pooch so badly on the comics. So like I agree with you overall, but you know what I'm saying? Like the funny part about the MCU is that it basically like emulated the rise and fall of the comics industry.
Yeah.
And like, but I do agree that like it definitely, the MCU also has had, especially since like after phase 3, like the original saga with the Infinity Stones, after that was wrapped up, the MCU has definitely had a negative impact on the American comics industry, to the point that's like, I went in the Barnes and Noble a few weeks ago, just for shits and giggles, and like the manga selection there is extensive, and the American comic selection is like one or two shelves.
Well, nobody gives a shit about American comics anymore because they're not original. Yeah. They're all fucking annoying, preachy, like message-driven political propaganda.
Yeah.
And they're mainstream. Go figure.
There's definitely exceptions in like the common American and stuff, but like the mainstream industry, I agree 100% with what
I mean, I would completely separate like corporate comics to indie comics at this point. Yeah. It seems like the only way you're going to get a decent story is if you go to a completely self-sufficient outfit.
Although, you know, for all the shit I put on like Europe and like roasting the French, the French comic industry is pretty strong. Like, and not.
Well, that's because they give a shit.
Yeah, but for like otherwise like pussy whipped people, like they still like the Chimerian, which is like the Conan adaptation.
Oh yeah.
I really like. That Razor Fist recommended, and I don't know how he did, because he's against nudity, and that has extensive nudity. But before he became a fucking
cuckold,
zealot cocksucker, fucking disappointment.
There it is.
Loser.
Down the entrance. All right, I keep this one for close encounters.
I haven't even checked that motherfucker's YouTube channels like that. Maybe I checked him once like after he blocked me, but I haven't checked it in like probably a month now.
Nah.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I think well, it's like I think I'm done with listening to people who shit on the things I like because they refuse to understand the things I like.
By the way, I do believe in like the ability for people to redeem themselves. I'm not saying that he might like realize that he went down a bad path. It's just with someone that like you put fucking 10, 11 years of trust in, like being a decent person, and they have that kind of like just all of a sudden detachment. I don't think I could ever trust Razor Fist the same way.
Yeah.
You know. It's sad.
Well, it's you.
Early YouTube have crashed out, other than like AVGN and Irate Gamer and Dog.
Well, they already went through their crash outs, and then they got their road back, and you see how long it took for them to earn back that trust.
But their transgressions are so minor in comparison to like modern YouTube.
Well, yeah, they just had a fucking tism fit. And meanwhile, with Razor Fist, well, it's like, meanwhile, with Razor Fist, it's literally seeing a man who has not broken once when it comes to his ideals completely throw them away for a reason nobody has been able to figure out yet. And I don't think we'll ever know.
And then he quit the like podcast. He was like guest hosting once a week because Stuttering Craig, even though he's kind of I don't trust him as far as I could throw him. But like he at least will read everybody's super chat, and everybody was roasting Razorfist.
Yeah.
And then what did Razorfist do? Instead of facing the music, he quit like a little bitch.
He fawned quick because people were asking him hard questions.
Side Scrollers podcast that he used to guest host once a week on Tuesday. And by the way, before Razorfist screwed the pooch, that's like literally the only day I would tune in. Because Craig's an insufferable boomer.
Yeah.
Like he literally does not understand the video game industry anymore. But I didn't mind. I like the dynamic between Razorfist and Blabs on there. But yeah, and by the way they announced it was through a super chat because someone's like, "Where's Razorfist?" It was the following week.
Yeah.
Kino Casino basically did a video on this. That's how I found out. And not that I really like those guys either, but they occasionally put out something that I'll watch because it's entertainment. But yeah, Craig's like, Razorfist is busy with Ghost of the Badlands Volume 2. And then I had a head scratcher about that too, because wasn't there a whole kerfuffle with him and his artists that they weren't going to do anymore? And now he's somehow found a way to do another one.
Well, it doesn't mean he couldn't get a new artist. But honestly, like, people wigged out way too quickly about that one guy. It's just, it was a logistical fuck up. And, like, people burned the fucking house down about it.
I don't hate that guy. I just, he's got the Grums energy, and I don't mean, like, as bad as Grums.
Yeah.
He's, like, one of these guys that has, like, it's like... People with that amount of followers should avoid having like manic episodes on X.
Well, it's like when the whole,
you know what I mean?
Well, it's like the Vavra shit. When the whole fucking hole of like people who are supposed to be like waiting for you with excitement just drop down and fucking start going at you like the wrath of fucking God. How are you supposed to react? No, fuck them. They're well within their right to spurg the hell out.
But those are slightly different situations, I would argue.
I don't know. It seemed pretty similar. There was a bunch of people who were supposedly very excited for something, and then they started charging at them when they noticed something wasn't right. Instead of waiting for cooler heads to prevail, they just freaked the fuck out.
But the difference is...
Oh, shit.
The fucking... Okay, I understand what you're saying, but like, the difference is Kingdom Come 2 Deliverance, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 was like, the controversy was like completely astroturf.
Yeah, it was completely fabricated. I will give you I will give you the Koreans that the situation with God, I can't remember his name. The situation with the artist for Ghost
Greek folk.
Yeah, George, let's say. But, like, the situation with him, it was a bit more of, like, him fucking up something simple and then getting, like, really annoyed about it.
Well, my other... and once again, like, I agree that people overreacted.
Mm-hmm.
My problem is that his rationale for not, and once again, he doesn't know anybody an explanation for not wanting to continue. But like him saying like, oh well, even though this made like several $100,000, it's not sustainable to like keep doing this. And it's like that just seems like, for someone that like is a skilled artist, I just think that's a bad mindset because,
well, some people legit just bite off more than they can chew.
No, I agree with that, but I'm saying, when you have that, clearly logistical errors were made, and people overreacted to those logistical errors. I agree with that. There was a legitimate problem there.
Yeah.
But, like, people did overreact. But,
like, I don't like. I guess I'm a little more sympathetic when I see somebody getting slighted who is obviously on the back foot. Maybe that's my fatal flaw.
Yeah, I know, Fred. But I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying. I'm just saying my issue with his entire like reaction. Let me just say this, because this is the main point about it, was like, if you're an artist in the comic industry and you have like essentially a self-published work that's like a two-man effort that generates several $100,000, and like, okay, maybe you didn't have the huge profit that you want, like, his rationale was it needed to generate $1 million for him to be something where he can invest another like working. And I just think I'm saying this for his own sake. I think that's a short-sighted viewpoint.
Mm-hmm.
Because even comics that like end up becoming successful take a while to gain traction because a lot of times it's word of mouth. But you think of like something like Berserk. Berserk was not like a lightning in a bottle. I mean, it's a great series, but it's not like the first issue was like made it like a massive success. It took several years and by word of mouth. So I understand why he detached himself from the project, and I agree with you. I think people overreacted, and I think people threw a lot of shit at him. And like I do agree, like if someone throws enough shit at you, and it's like even if it starts out with a legitimate reason, it can become like malignant and like
eventually it just becomes like completely what's the word I'm looking for? It doesn't help anything. It's reductive.
But do you at least? But my problem wasn't even like the problem with like the people were bringing up. Mine was just the head scratcher as to like I don't know how he sees his like I don't understand how he measures his success when he had something that was successful and it seems like I just think it's untenable goals to have as an indie artist.
You think he was like way overestimating his success?
Well, if it's like I'd say Razorfist is like a moderately successful YouTuber, and he's a fairly prominent artist on Act that makes a lot of very funny satirical work. Mm-hmm. I just don't see those two making $1 million on their first run of a comic. You know, you know what I'm saying? Like it's
I got you.
Even like I don't have any issues with the guy. Just like imagine you hit like 10,000 subs and you decide to start a Patreon with like, you know, exclusive streams or something, or I don't know, some kind of audience reward. Yeah. And let's say you like decided you were going to invest that in something in your channel and it didn't work out. It just became like a huge fuck up and you basically broke even on it. Like, would you say to yourself, well, there it goes. I'm just going to shut everything down because that turned out to be just basically a break even. Mm. You know, that's kind of like it's not even an anger I have because I do like the guy. It's like a head scratcher. You know? I don't know how some people measure success and how they operate because like.
Well, some people are so desperate for that overnight, like sort of like you go to bed one morning and you're poor as dirt and you wake up the next morning and you're a millionaire. People are so addicted to that mindset that it's kind of harming the sort of process of legitimately building a business. I think like YouTube completely fucked up people's perception of how to make money and how to be fiscally responsible.
Well, they destroyed the algorithm.
Oh yeah, they did it on purpose.
Like, the Almighty Lolly, like he seemed to have a much more reasonable expectation with his comic project.
Well, his goal wasn't we are going to make the next great big thing. His goal was I just want to make something fun. I just want to make something fun.
What's the irony of that, Fred? When someone has a goal like that, people that have like I just want to make something fun, that has, in my opinion, those are the cases where it ends up having a much higher potential for success.
Well, because you understand the passion is in the project. Yeah. It's not in the project making money.
Oh,
is this guy still alive?
Again, I think we practically agree on that issue. I think it's just we see it slightly differently.
Yeah. Well, I always like I've seen too many times people get bandwagoned online for bad reasons. So
it's bad.
So honestly, I'm more gun shy to that sort of thing. Because like when I see somebody catching flack like to a I can't talk to a ludicrous degree to the point where it's just like even if I like fully agreed with them, you're taking it way too fucking far.
Well, you know, here's the analogy. It's like imagine two drunk guys are fighting at the bar, and then like the one guy was winning, and the other guy's friends jump the guy that was winning. And then it's like, okay, well, now they beat that guy. But it's like after they beat him, they like keep kicking his head in until he's basically dead. It's like you've crossed the point where like it basically went from like a legitimate argument into like bullshit harassment. And that's what I saw with Kingdom Come to Deliverance from the get-go. And I do agree with you, what they did to that George, whatever, he's got like a Greek last name.
Yeah.
Like, it was basically like, hey, like, we don't like some of this guy's takes. Which, by the way, there's some of his takes on there that make me scratch my head. But it's like, you can't go after someone just because they have maybe like a perspective you don't agree with, and you know, have takes you don't agree with. You don't like try to uproot someone's life.
Yeah.
It's just like that one guy. What was it, like the one guy who liked hentai and shit? They like literally try to put like child like exploitation shit on his X feed to like get him banned off an X. You know
fucking Chibi. Yeah, he's just an anime guy, and sure, he's a bit gooner with his jokes about like hentai and stuff, but yeah, like they literally like went after him at like the Wrath of God for something so minuscule, and then for whatever reason, like they thought spamming him in like hacking his accounts in like putting like CP on his timeline was the way to really get at him. Which I heard the rationale to that being explained. It's like they think them giving it to you means you should get in trouble because now you have it. Not really thinking about the fact that they shouldn't fucking have it either, and they should be in fucking prison.
Yeah, so that's yeah, and they're retards, because it's like if I'm driving and my windows are open and someone throws like a bag of fentanyl in my car, that doesn't make me responsible. That makes me a victim of someone trying to offshoot their illegal goods onto me. Yeah, it's fucked up. And like it's like by the way, it's like what was like 10 years ago just considered like a normal like admiration of like, you know, sexy chicks in anime. It's like, oh, now you're a gooner. You know?
Well, it's like it's not just the fucking like it's not just the fact that they're going after lolly shit, which, like, fucking boo-hoo, it's a drawing. It's the fact that they're going after stuff like My Dress-Up Darling, which has a voluptuous girl in it, and fucking Takamine-san, which is a story all about this giant-hipped, big-breasted bimbo, and she can turn back time if you take her panties off and put them back on. It's like, are you really taking this fucking seriously? Like, come the fuck on, dude. It's an anime with titties. Calm down.
Yeah. Hey, here, let's focus on some good news. Xenoblade Chronicles X, which is coming to Switch,
Nice.
has
Gross.
male and female options for gender. No type A or type B bullshit.
Nice. Hey. Whoa, whoops, I stabbed him. Boo. Look, I'm vaguely Middle Eastern. You're supposed to hate me.
So, Fred, just think about this. We're getting quantum computers that can like solve all of our problems before GTA 6 or the follow-up to Skyrim.
Oh my god, Jesus Christ.
Maybe the quantum computer could fix the development cycle of these games. I was looking up like what these could do. Like they could literally like render like graphics that we couldn't even dream of.
They're supercomputers.
Yeah, but also like they said the craziest thing that these would do for gaming would be like basically like constantly procedurally generated like intelligent AI. So imagine you give like character traits to like a game character, and like every playthrough it's a different set of interactions because of how advanced it would be. Which I still feel like you need like talent behind that, but like just, you know, when you put someone talented with all of that power, it's great. But you just imagine the swap.
What?
You're gonna have, like, these really...
Why? Why just shoot them?
I'm starting to think this guy's not a good guy.
I'm starting to think he's a flippin' retard. I always love Ryan just starts shooting his own fucking guys. And it's like, oh, he's the bad guy. And then he keeps shooting his own fucking guys. And it's like, this guy is literally wearing an unbuttoned fucking suit jacket and a dress shirt with fucking faggy tattoos all up and down his chest like his boyfriend's cum. Like, you can literally turn the rifle on this guy. Come on. I hate this part. Good thing I spec'd unarmed.
Didn't that seem like a kind of trope in like early 2000s or like mid 2000s like action films? Like the villains were like comically retarded in some of these films. Like I love The Punisher 2004, but that was like John Travolta's character in that film was like comically retarded with like some of the things that he did. Like, oh, I think my wife is cheating on me with a clearly gay friend. I'm gonna kill both of them.
Wait, yeah, what? Yeah, his friend was gay. I forgot about that movie.
When I was little and I saw the movie, I didn't understand what they meant by that. I'm just like, oh, it's just like. But I rewatched that film last year, and by the way, your character's stuck there.
I'm trying to make a health kit because I'm dying.
Well, that's like the paradox, right? Well,
oh, God damn it.
Before I... like a tumble rebar.
I'm dead.
All right, let me get over to you.
I'm like dead. I'm not.
Oh, well.
I'm not down. I'm dead.
But yeah, I heard that Avowed game is just kind of broken. The Obsidian made game.
Oh yeah, that's disappointing.
I guess. I've heard mixed things from people. Some people I watched said it wasn't bad. It's just kind of rough. But like, I don't know. Like, I think Obsidian. What I also heard is basically like was Outer Wilds, that sci-fi game they put out a few years ago. I guess it suffers from the same problem that game had, where it's like very shallow.
Oh.
Like outside of like the default narrative. It's like kind of funny that Obsidian had that problem, because like for all their faults prior, that was not something they had. Like Fallout New Vegas and Knights of the Old Republic 2, like those are games that were not shallow. In fact, they had some of the deepest moments in those respective series. I guess they just lost the sauce, or
yeah,
you know.
Word of your feet here will spread.
Words of my feet. You keep my feet out of this.
I think this guy's got a foot. Maybe that's how he got all the jism on his.
The jism.
Like was giving foot jobs to people.
The jism.
Impressive.
Right.
For a walking dead man.
Walking Dead man. He knows you, Fred.
Oh dear, my reputation. It precedes me. Alright. I think I have 4 health kits total.
You know, not to get too caught in the weeds. Going back to foot jobs, I wonder who like figured out that's something that like someone will like. What was the logical procession for that to happen? Like, you know, a woman's got a vagina, tits,
5 fingers,
mouth,
5
hands,
toes. I can
5
see
fingers.
it. What? You're asking me honestly.
Did you see that? You know that one fucking dumb slut that like slept with 1,000 dudes now?
Oh jeez. Oh god.
She's currently pregnant.
Oh god. That's like apparently like OnlyFans denied her from posting the content because they couldn't confirm all the dudes' ages. So she fucked all those guys for nothing too.
Yeah, there is a high likelihood that there might have been like a 17-year-old that stuck in there or something.
Oh no, no doubt.
Which would technically make her a rapist.
Well,
statutory rapist.
I mean, yeah, technically. I don't know. I don't know how to like gauge that one because if they snuck in, they knew full well what they were doing.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's okay, but like, they're just.
Yeah, no.
The world's a fucked up place, and I hate having thought problems like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think she's got bigger problems than that though, because that's got to be like the worst. That's got to be the worst paternity test process. Like we gotta get like Maury back or something, because like just
Maury
trying to figure out
Povich?
who the fuck the father. Yeah, we gotta get Maury Povich back, because like just trying to figure out who that fucking father is. That's gonna be a rough one.
I got.
You know, you remember like Jerry Springer was like, oh yeah, we got 3 potential fathers. Like, no, we've got 1,000.
Ray, I'm being hit a lot. Do you have a weapon that can? No. Charge!
I have a dull blade, Fred, and death.
I'm alive. Run! Damn it. Ow. I always remember hating this part. Like, if you're gonna put us up against this, at least give us a way to get, like, something to make an effective weapon.
Yeah, we basically have our dicks tied in a knot and nothing useful. It's good we finally got streaming though, because like you were basically, it was like various things keeping us in the next part of this. Like you weren't feeling good the other day,
Which is ironic because I had a worse work day today.
Yeah. Oh, one day you'll be able to talk more about that shit.
Oh God.
Any crackheads, Fred?
Oh Jesus! Don't even get me started. I don't even want to get into it.
Yeah, I know.
It's just bad, like stupidity bad.
Just say a prayer for Fred, for Fred folks. Fred folks? Say a prayer for Fred.
Fred folks everywhere. Fred's anonymous. We're a dying breed. Suck it.
He just But I forgot to tell you. I did talk about it on my stream a little bit about the Mike Pollock situation.
Oh yeah.
So speaking of getting dragged through the mud, I technically did because of the. I basically stood up for Mike Pollock because he's Jewish and is obviously supports the Israeli hostages being sent home. And like, my problem is like, I'm not even a big supporter of Israel, but like, I don't see what the problem with someone who's Jewish wanting like Israeli hostages being freed. Like I don't think anybody should be kept hostage for the purpose of a war.
Yeah, shock horror. If a person is a civilian and they haven't done anything wrong, you don't kill that person.
Or keep them hostage.
They're planning on killing them.
Yeah, well, they've already raped and tortured people.
Honestly, they're probably already dead.
Yeah. Well, they have a few left, but like they're literally like the people that come back are like severely damaged.
Yeah.
Like, I think one person actually died in the hospital, but like, it's like Mike Pollock is just like was just standing up for like the hostages being released, and then all these retards are like, well, it's the genocide of the Palestinians.
I don't give a fuck.
It's like all these people are like they, thems, and like I made a joke about that, like the pronoun shit, and like Mike Pollock probably didn't even understand what I was saying.
he just liked it.
Yeah, and they dragged that poor bastard through the mud. This is like April of last year after you and I both like had our spaz out. So I never even told you about this.
Yeah.
By the time,
Fuck.
Like by the time we mended our fucking our stupidity moment, I didn't even have a chance to tell you. But like it was like someone like I think they got like 20,000 baht in likes, but they screen capped my tweet.
Oh, that doesn't blow up.
Well, this did.
But
they screen capped my tweet that Mike Pollock like, and it made me like person non grata, and like it got 20,000 likes. And then I responded to that person saying, "Hey, retard, here I am. Isn't that a beautiful tweet?" But then I just muted everything after that because I probably like already within like 10 minutes of that I got like 200 responses and like it was too much. So I know what you mean. Like just going back to earlier conversation, I know about getting dragged through the mud. Those are like pure retards. Those weren't even people that I cared about what they had to say.
Yeah.
But it was hilarious. But now Mike Paulus said something along the lines of what he said a few months ago. And now they've literally, I think, nearly gotten Sega to fire him. Because Sega just doesn't want, like, the PR nightmare. But, like, there is no PR nightmare. These are just, like sick, mentally ill people that should not be having their opinions validated anyways. You're going to fire a guy because you're pussies? Like, I'm sorry, Sega. If you do that, I'm going to be severely pissed. This is a guy who's we've met Mike Paulus. He's a nice human being. He doesn't mean anything.
He's a very reserved person, too.
Yeah.
He's not the kind of guy who goes after people, unlike the fucking people you're trying to fire him for.
Yeah. It's disgusting what they're trying to do to the guy. And, like, he said a little bit of rough stuff the other day just because like they're like trying to destroy his life. This is a guy who's probably in his like mid to late 60s, I'd imagine, right? He's at least in his 60s.
Well, he's been playing like Eggman longer than we've been born.
Yeah.
Buck.
But I don't get these people, dude. It's like you're gonna go after like imagine if like Charles Martinet like put out a statement like, "Hey, I want to end urban poverty in Chicago," and it's like, you don't care about other places?
No.
Fuck you. We're gonna crucify Mario now.
But honestly, that's legit my response to all these people now. Like, just spiteful agreement. Like, you don't care about the kids dying? No, I don't give a fuck. I hope more die. Just so you fucking cry, dickhead, because you caused this by being such a mamby-pamby fuckwit.
Well, here's the deal at the end of the day. These people don't actually care about the kids.
They don't give a shit. That's why they're calling for death. I don't want anybody to die.
Yeah, I know. Like Fred just said that, but I'll tell you folks a secret because you all like Fred and I like Fred and Fred's a good friend of mine. Fred actually does care about people. He just will say something like that because he knows that will like those people. When you say that in an argument, which is a completely valid thing to say, like they have nothing more they can say anymore. They just have to shrug their shoulders and then find someone else to like throw shit at because they actually don't care. Just like you said, they don't care about these kids. They don't care about themselves. They don't care about their own families because they've proven that leftists. Like these people are wired basically in a way that they don't care about human beings in general. They care about they like the bug people. They like the bug fucking insect killer species from Starship. Did you remember that shit? You remember that shit, dude?
Yeah.
They defend that.
The bugs were innocent. The bugs only know how to kill.
Well, here's what happened with Jerry Seinfeld, because they've been going.
Oh, they're going after Jerry Seinfeld again? Why?
Yeah, well, they went after him when he was in Syracuse, which is like the town over from where we are, because we're in Utica or something. I don't know. But
bringing attention to it.
He was performing, and there's Palestinian protesters out there, and they clearly had elicited no response from him. But then I guess he was in New York City, probably for the Saturday Night Live reunion show that they had for the 50th anniversary. Do you remember when the show was funny?
Yeah.
Which, by the way, they actually did have a couple of funny bits. They had a scared straight bit with Will Ferrell and Eddie Murphy, and that was actually pretty funny. Basically, I had to bring back cast members from SNL was funny to make it funny. But I think he was there. So somebody was trying to take a say, "Oh, I want a selfie with you," and then they said, "Free Palestine." And Jerry just said, just like he would on Seinfeld, "Guess what? I don't care." He said, "I don't care about Palestine."
My fist did more damage than the machete. Are you kidding me? Now I'm turning zombie.
You have provided some quality entertainment.
You know what I wanted to do with that Dying Light? What is it, Dying Light Beast or whatever the fuck that new one is that's coming out?
Yeah, Beast.
I wanted to do what they did with that one Heaven's Lost Property fucking spin-off film.
Oh.
Just show like Crane was there the whole time.
Crane was in Dying Light 2 the whole time. Just like in the background drinking a fucking coffee or some shit with his weird monster mash eye.
He's at that weird church building in the corner checking off. He's on a weird Navy ship with that one asshole that was kind of a cool character.
You see, every time you see things light up with a black light in the game, that's not blood. It's Crane. Crane yanking his crane all over the place.
Your skills no longer come as a surprise, Crane. The GRE selects its
I'm
own
calling
defense.
ice on this motherfucker.
Shit.
Wait, wouldn't we be the illegal?
It doesn't matter, we're America.
America! Fuck yeah! Deporting people who are native to the mainland.
First of all, we're just gonna we're gonna move all the Palestinians to Ukraine. Oh,
Chaos.
boy, wouldn't that be entertaining?
I just-
we just tie those two wars together.
I just want the Gaza Strip just blown off the map so Palestinians and Israelis will have to actually figure out a reason why to fucking kill each other. And the only reason that's good enough is they just fucking hate each other. Just stick with that. Stop fucking lying and pretending that there's this greater cause.
Well, my take on the situation is like there are issues with the Israeli government and the chip on the shoulder of the Israelis, but like Israel has Arab Israelis that are Muslim. Palestine has no Jews. You know what I mean? And in the Christian, and actually there is a legitimate tragedy within, like, by the way, like civilian deaths are bad, but like there's a legitimate tragedy within Gaza because there were basically Christians that have been stuck there along with the Muslims, and you gotta imagine how rough it is to be a Christian stuck in between fucking Muslims and Jews.
It'd be super cool if we could do that in the next game.
That is cool.
I love how he just like before you even get up here, he's already dead.
Save him. But could you imagine that, Fred? Can you imagine being like this poor Christian bastard in the middle of Gaza with like no bone to pick, and there's just these Muslims and Jews?
He's just getting mean mugged. Can't fucking jerk off anymore. Jerk off. Fuck you.
God, get over here. Finish me.
Guys, finish me off. I'm hard. Come on, stop him. I'm going soft. Guys, don't let Crane leave. He just completely loses his accent.
I guarantee you that dude goes to Thailand and it isn't for shit.
It's to bang cocks.
It's chicks with dicks.
Crap. Hardcore parkour. Hardcore parkour. Ow!
By the way, not to get weird and like tangential, but isn't it kind of funny that like these troons in this country basically tried to like recreate? Oh
fuck! Oh fuck! Well, we're both dead.
I'm technically still alive.
Wait, what do you mean you're alive? You survived the fall?
Yeah.
I got shot off by a rocket.
My Crane had extra juice in his chamber, Fred.
Crane and his extra juice. Wait, didn't we just see these two cranes die? Why are they still running? How are they still running?
Dude, it's like the brothers Karamazov.
No, it's that new fucking Robert Pattinson movie. Every crane that revives, it's just a new clone.
I saw a clip of him on X, basically like confused but like happy that like his fan base was gone from
Bro,
like,
if you're gonna,
teenage girls.
dude, if you're gonna play like Batman, like semi all right. In fact, he did a really good job. Dudes are just gonna become your fan base then. You have no idea how many dudes just intrinsically love Batman and are like, oh, dude, you played Batman? In what movie? Oh, I thought that one was okay. I love that you're Batman, though, dude.
I think a lot of people also had the realization, because like when those movies came out, most of the people that like hated on Robert Pattinson were like up like middle school or in high school.
It's like he was a heartthrob.
Yeah, but like now you look back and it's like, oh, actually he's actually a great actor. He was just like the poor bastard that had to become the teen girl heartthrob, and like, you know, we always roasted those people.
You gotta get your start
like,
somewhere.
Fuck, you remember how much we roasted the shit out of Justin Bieber? Now I feel bad for that poor bastard. Like,
oh yeah, he got raped by all of Hollywood.
Well, like, because like when he was like just about an adult, he did like stupid shit, like, you know, speeding and stuff, and it's like, oh, what a dumbass. But then you look back on it, it's like, oh, well, you know what? Like, if P. Diddy fucking butt raped me, I'd probably do worse than what Justin Bieber did.
Honestly, yeah.
What up?
I don't know how I would take getting brutalized by the fucking devils of the real world.
Well, the
Where are
worst
you?
part about it, Fred, is I got stuck. The worst part about it, Fred, is that you'd basically have to listen to P. Diddy music while the whole thing happened. You
How
know?
could you be so heartless? Is that Diddy or is that Drake? I don't fucking care. They all look the same. They're all rapists.
Yeah. Which, I'm not even the biggest, like, Kendrick Lamar fan, but that must have been, like, his moment of joy that, like, you know, he was fucking headlining the Super Bowl and basically decided to put his Drake fucking roast track, like, front and center.
Yeah.
Like Drake... Like Drake, that motherfucker probably needs therapy after that, to have 100 million people watch, you know, someone roast the shit out of you.
Yeah.
But that was like the thing with Drake, right? Like then he like.
Oh, this ain't the right way?
I guess he. Was that the allegation? I didn't really follow that saga other than I knew those two had beef. But wasn't the allegation that Drake basically was like
he's a
fucking underage?
Yeah,
girl?
he's a fucking groomer.
Yeah.
It's like literally there's a joke about like rappers, like when they run out of like all the crimes to like talk about, they're just all gonna start admitting that they're pedophiles.
Well, like
instead talking about slinging dope and shooting cops, it's gonna be, I picked my girlfriend up off the monkey bars.
Even the ones that aren't pedophiles, like how many of them are actually just like gay? Especially the ones that use like faggot like 30,000 times in their lyrics. Like they turn out to just be like the biggest faggots themselves.
I said faggot 30,000 times, and I'm not gay. Oh God! Oh God! Do I like cock?
Yeah, but you don't use it in, you don't typically use it in the Melanie Mac fucking vernacular.
No.
Which, I mean, I guess. The one thing I'll say is, I guess in her case, there's an understandable reason why she has such a high use of that word.
She probably takes as much dick as a fucking gay porn star.
Oh, well, have you ever heard the allegation about her ex-husband?
Didn't he? She either went gay or trooned out.
Like, apparently he went with a dude, but my long-standing theory is that was just because he had a fuck Melanie Mac.
Well, there is those like instances like, yeah, it was so bad that I thought I might as well just bat for the same team, because can't be any worse than trying to fuck a woman. Same thing goes for fucking women.
Yeah, there's women that dyke out. I mean, lesbians. Are you having Far Cry 2 malaria bumps, Fred?
It does kind of look like those malaria bumps, isn't it?
I love Far Cry 2. I think that's still, other than Blood Dragon, I like Far Cry 2.
It's such a fun game, but like that's like one, if I was ever gonna stream it, I gotta like I don't know, I gotta figure out how to like talk to myself like for way long periods of time, because those games, there's a lot of free time that you get up to. Can you?
That's a game you wait until you at least hope that you have like enough of an audience that you have like a live chat consistently.
Yeah. Oh, did we black out?
Yeah, but you know, knock on wood, Far Cry 2. If there was like a talented team, that'd be the Far Cry game that I'd want to see get like a full-blown remake. But you know, with a talented team being the caveat.
Half of Rice's men are after you.
You.
Whatever you've done.
My knee hurts.
I like Far Cry 3 quite a bit, and Far Cry 4 got shit on, but I still thought Far Cry 4 was a good game.
I like pretty much like from 2 to 5. That
5 isn't even that bad.
Yeah, then like 5 leaves a little to be desired with the story. So does 4, kind of. The main bad guy though.
There's a group called the Saviors.
What's his fucking name? For some reason,
4 or 5.
4.
Near the highway.
The blonde-haired guy.
Yeah, played by Troy Baker, like before he became a fucking sellout loser dickhead.
Won't be anymore. We're out of time, Crane.
Shit.
Oh, he had a fucked up name, didn't he? Pagan Min or something.
Wow, yeah, that's it.
I looked it up. I couldn't.
For some reason, the first name that popped in my head was Ajit Pine. I'm like, no, that's the net neutrality dickhead. That's not the bad guy from Far Cry 4. The fuck am I thinking?
I want to mod that motherfucker.
Ajit Pine is your fucking uncle, and he's just murdering and marauding, trying to convince you, hey, your dad was a fucking asshole, and the people here, they're animals. Don't trust them. I actually did enjoy, like, that crux of, like, the story. Literally, the whole game just sets you up, like, to basically realize at the end the golden whatever, the golden path, I think it's called, the good guy nation in that whole game is just a bunch of fucking murderous assholes who want to either put their like quasi-religious dogma on you and kill you for disagreeing, or turn it into a fucking hell state communist shithole filled with drugs. But hey, at least women are free. And then you do the right thing at the end of that game and you shoot the fuck out of both those assholes. And if you want to kill pagan men, might as well. Honestly, I didn't kill it. I didn't kill pagan men because I was like, you guys are so horribly awful that I'd rather let this man live out of spite due to the fact that he really didn't do anything wrong because he was accosted by you guys.
Yeah.
Well, actually, correction. It's not that he didn't do anything wrong. Just, I understand his reason for snapping off the rails and going crazy than your guys's.
Well, it's like the age-old problem of like, you know, you have like someone like Saddam Hussein who's not a good guy.
Yeah.
But then like, you kill someone like that, and the power vacuum, the people that take over end up being worse. Just like with Muammar Gaddafi.
Yeah.
And it's like people that want like Putin like to get killed. It's like there's actually people within Putin's inner circle that are actually far more willing to like just go out and use nukes than Putin has been, which Putin hasn't. Like that's what I don't understand. It's like you can't make the parallels between Putin and Hitler because Hitler did not have nuclear weapons that can destroy the entire world 100 times over.
Yeah.
So that dynamic changes things, and it's like you actually do have to try to make peace with anybody that possesses nuclear weapons in that scale, because they can literally kill the entire world if they wanted to.
Yeah.
So you decided to stick around.
Do I have a sharp?
No, more money. I need more money, Joe Biden. I mean, Donald Trump. You're not gonna give me more money?
Someone you can bribe. Not here.
I can't get you out of Harran. I'm not sure anyone can.
This guy Irish, Fred.
No, of course. But I've been documenting this place.
He sounds like the sort of fake Irish, like the fake Irish accent an American would put on.
Suleiman has a lot to answer
It does
for.
sound like
The
that.
world needs
You
to
know,
know
they're
what's
probably
happening.
like developing this
kinda
game, and they
desperate
just
here.
saw like the
I've lost my
quintessential
work,
American
all of it.
tourist
I
walking
was holed
by.
up at an
Like, oh,
internet
we need an
cafe with a
Irish
mob of
voice.
infected landlords.
Here's $50. Do your
I'll
best
get out
Irish
without a bite, but I
accent.
left my satchel at the
We're actually shitting on a guy who is actually like, legitimately Irish. That'd be hilarious if this guy's actually an Irishman.
I know it's a lot to ask.
Right, even if
I know it's a lot to ask.
Mister, if I can't get my work back, there's no reason for me to get out.
Well, that cafe's in a bad area. I'll think about it, but no promises.
I don't
okay?
know. If that guy's legitimately Irish, then the voice acting talent of Heavy Rain was legitimately American with their bubbling French Canadian accent.
I just can't do it, sir. I don't have the power.
I
forgot to pick up all my weapons.
I love Heavy Rain. I know that some people shit on it because it's basically glorified quick time events game, but I do like Heavy Rain. I have a soft spot in my heart for it, just like I do with Detroit Become Human. But that developer, what is it? Is it Quantic Dream? Is that the name of that developer that does those games? They're located in Quebec. And they definitely get their voice talent from there because every single one of their games, even ones like clearly set in like Detroit or America, it's like even the voice actors try, but every now and then a little tinge of that like just kind of breaks free. Oh, hey pal, how you doing?
Would you like to go up the escalator?
It's like shit like that happens.
What fucking Frenchman are you talking to? Just some cracked out method. Just like, would you like to go up the escalator? Meanwhile, he's standing in the middle of a cardboard box and already pissed himself.
Can you imagine a French method? That's got to be something that
he'd probably be smoking it off like one of those like Cruella de Vil like extended cigarette holders too. Just the rock sitting on the end of a fucking glass stick. And he's just sucking it through that thing, making himself pass out because he doesn't have any lung capacity because he's a crackhead.
Yeah. Let's see. I realized I had stuff I needed to take out of my storage.
Yeah, I'm trying to get all my stuff back, but for whatever reason, there isn't a button to just take all my weapons.
Yeah.
Oh, this is annoying.
It's alcohol and gauze that makes the med kits, right?
Yeah. If you hit the X button, you take all your, like, craftable stuff. Just not weapons for some damn reason.
Nice. I actually didn't mind that they did that for me because, like, I now I have a lot more room for picking up more weapons.
I'm just trying to remember what I had in my inventory.
I have like 4 med kits now. Isn't that crazy? That's I think that's the most I've ever had since oh no, I got 10 med kits now. Oh, I might need a moment to myself, Fred.
Careful.
Oh.
No, your underwear.
Oh.
The dam's gonna burst. Guys, duck. You're in the splash zone.
And I'll just make it clear, I never play a game naked either. You imagine that? Like some poor bastard just like decided to start screaming and they probably like they just had a t-shirt on and they stand up and it's just
Goatsy.
either shame, embarrassment, or both.
Why am I carrying around a plain pipe? What the fuck is wrong with me? Drop that shit. Actually, break that shit.
You know, it just made me think of a question.
I'm autistically reorganizing my damn weapons. I can't stop. There we go. I'm ready to go.
Alright. You know, what series of events, remember like the Twitch e-thoughts that like were trying to skirt around like Twitch's moderation policy.
Yeah, by flashing their fucking pussy on screen. Smart. Very smart.
No, but like when Twitch actually started to attempt to moderate it, then they said, "Oh, you can like, you can wear like paint-on clothing and shit." So then they wore like a paint-on. They like painted their asses with like green screen paint, and then like they were streaming the game from their ass cheek.
Well, what's
see that shit?
Like, honestly, the easy way to remedy like fucking that issue with Twitch, make an adult section. But YouTube and Twitch are too pussy to fucking do it because they know what's going to happen is a bunch of kids are going to start faking their accounts like we used to do back in the day just to watch the censored fucking commercials of Girls Gone Wild that we see on pay-per-view television ads anyway.
Can I ask you the question, though, that I've been dying to ask now?
What's that?
What? This is a stupid question to ask. It might be. But, like, I understand, like, if I was an attractive woman, like, and, you know, I decided to Twitch stream, I could understand, like, you know, showing cleavage and stuff.
Yeah.
But, like, what series of events leads a woman to decide that she wants to paint her ass green to gain views?
I will be honest. At least it's creative.
It is. Like, it's like, because it's not porno. It's not quite like. Well, it's like
I would still consider it some kind of softcore pornography, but still.
Yeah.
At least it's creative.
Wow.
Like some bitches were just like, oh, they lifted the stringent rules on nudity. Better fucking just make a high zoom camera and show the inside of my vaginal cavity.
Well, let's be honest. I mean, talking about softcore pornography, it's padded up fucking hypocritical Christian cunt who likes Lord Cross Tomb Raider than cackling about Stellar Blade having the same amount of like sexuality in it.
After like batting for Stellar Blade for a majority of that game's release. That's the thing that pisses me off more than anything. It's the fact that they turncoated. It wasn't just the fact that they're like being like proselytizing zealots. It was the fact that they were not being that moments before.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
Well, it's like, this is now crossing a moral line. And by the way, like, I pointed out to people too, it's like, you know, people are like, well, because people have finally realized that Grums is not someone that should be, like, trusted.
Oh, I put Grums on the same, like, line of, like, the thought process that I treat Ian Miles Chung. Sure, I'm like, okay, the guy is a muckraker, he's a shit stirrer. I don't mind that. It's when the motherfucker is like, yeah, I know your politics better than you. And it's like, no, you fucking don't. Fuck the fuck off.
Yeah. Well, and also the fact that he's a legit scam artist.
Oh, yeah. He's up there with Zoe Quinn. The only difference is I don't have a fucking... I don't have proof that motherfucker spread his asshole online.
Wow. The problem is now it's all going to come out, bro. We're just going to...
Oh, if Ian Miles Chung gets a butthole pic online. Oh, that'd be beautiful. That would shut the scum fuck up real quick.
Like Grum, like his scam with that Ember game where like he raised like tens of thousands of dollars and never delivered anything really. It's
that's
like
shitty.
You know,
that's literally Zoe Quinn behavior.
Yeah, but it's like, okay, what is his claim to fame before like all this stuff? It's like, yeah, he had a pretty important role on the development of World of Warcraft, but it's like, I call it the David Jaffe effect, where it's like, maybe it turns out that person, yeah, actually, you know, like, as much as I despise, like, David Jaffe, like, I will give him credit, he was part of God of War, and clearly...
Well, it's like, people need to start differentiating, like, actual developers from the idea guys. Like, David Jaffe, I would almost put him on the same level as Neil Druckmann.
Yeah, but not quite. I mean, as much as I despise David Jaffe, I'd say at least his ideas...
Yeah, at least his ideas are good.
Yeah.
At least he was like, hey, let's try and sneak into this Twisted Metal game. a cutscene where a priest drowns a baby during a baptism.
Yeah.
Oh, we got
Like,
caught?
also,
Okay, let's heavily censor and leave it in anyway. That's the cool shit.
That's where like Grums is, like, in my mind. He's like, okay, yeah, he probably did have some
Yeah, she called to thank me
importance
after
in that
she
role,
was
but it's
working.
like maybe it's overstated, and B, it's like just because you
Good idea.
were a part
Thanks,
of
Brandon.
one successful game, like, but everything else since then has been like a flop or like a lie. It's like this is not someone we should be like giving credence to
Yeah.
in the direction of the industry, but because he has like this is the problem. This is like my issue is like I understand what you say with like people like the dude from Kingdom Come 2 Deliverance getting shit on, and even like the guy George getting shitted on, and like of course you're gonna get, if you get backed into a corner,
Yeah.
like you're gonna
What the?
you might like
What
freak
the
out a little
fuck?
bit, but
He's got big pink basketball shorts. What the hell?
don't assume my gender.
Ah, fucking damn! I forgot to equip my grappling hook. Give me a sec. Keep hitting start. Stop yelling at me. I'm trying, Dad.
But here's the deal. When Grums like spurgs out, it's like it's literally his own thought process. It's like nobody is even arguing with him. He just has like he had like a like people forget about this. He had a back and forth about Stellar Blade because of like that slight costume alteration shit that happened, where he basically was on the verge of saying to boycott the game, and it's like then this motherfucker takes credit for that game being a success. It's like you can't have your cake and eat it too, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I remember him like I remember him like going back and forth on this shit. Like I don't forget that. I remember seeing that shit live, and that's left a sour taste in my fucking mouth.
Yeah. Where's my grappling hook?
And
Did I forget to grab my grappling hook?
is it in the storage, Fred?
I didn't think I had to grab my grappling hook.
Get
God
it.
damn it.
I'm not gonna say anything, Fred.
I will.
The mistake speaks for itself.
Making them.
Hey, I forgot mine too. If you look back in the footage, I forgot mine too. It's just
I didn't think we had to pick them up. Gave me the UV flashlight.
well, they basically did Bethesda ass inventory management. In this
Oh
game.
god! Every time you do a DLC, they fucking snatch all your inventory away and stick it in a fucking box.
Yeah, then when you get it back after you beat the DLC, it's like a fucking 8-minute like item added, 6 bottle caps, item added.
Oh, don't even get me started when like you start picking up like
Republic of Dave condoms.
you start picking up stuff like that has like dialogue that comes along with it.
I managed to steal 2 gold bars without getting overcumbered when I did the Sierra Madre.
I stole them all and I locked Father Elisha in the vault.
Oh, did you do that trick where you can bypass them with that?
Yeah, there's actually a way where you can like sneak out like without him noticing. It's really hard to do, but like when he goes into the vault, like the vault locks behind him and he can't leave. Where? Am I just not seeing it?
I need to replay through 3 because I did a
Oh wait, I'm an idiot.
through of New Vegas last year. I need to do a replay through of 3 sometime soon.
Is there anything else I might need? I doubt it.
I still need to beat my replay through of Oblivion because I put a bunch of time into that last year. I never beat it.
Oh yeah.
Although I heard that they might be doing a remake of it, and it's like I hope it's a good development team you got behind that, Microsoft, because like that's a game that like does not need anything other than like
a graphics overhaul, and maybe I could forgive if you
make the combat a little bit more fluid.
Yeah, tweaks it a little bit.
And also like inventory quality of life shit. But other than that, I want the ridiculous fucking dialogue. I want them to keep the absurdity because that's part of that's part of the beauty of that game is like how Like you could be in the middle of a dungeon and like a bunch of weird shit happens.
Well, it's like the main joke of the first two games is literally you just be walking around and all of a sudden, like in between like side missions where you run into like random roving bandits and like a bunch of people that you gotta help out, you'll just walk out into the wasteland and see a fucking TARDIS for no reason. Like, put stuff like that back into the game. Like, actually make heartfelt, like, references. And I'm not saying, like, inundate people with that, but have a little fun. Put a little more Easter eggs in it. Don't take it so fucking seriously all the time.
There's just weird-ass, like, decisions being made. Because, like, on one hand, you've got a game that looks ultimately, like, sick. Like, Doom the Dark Ages. Like, that game looks great. It fixes my...
And people are trying to shit on it.
Yeah. I don't hate Doom Eternal, but like Doom Eternal is definitely not my favorite Doom game for like reasons that can be labeled in one word. It's Quake with a Doom skin. That's my problem with Doom Eternal.
Yeah.
It's a good game, but it plays too much like a Quake arena shooter rather than like a Doom game.
Yeah, 16 had a perfect balance.
Yeah, and they're kind of bringing that back with Dark Ages based on everything I've seen, which is a welcome change. But like the engine they use for that dude is Intech, and that shit is like the Intech engine is so efficient that they got both Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal to run on the fucking Switch. Like that's crazy efficiency.
Yeah.
But then what does the new Halo developer do? Which is basically just rebranded 343. They use Unreal Engine, which is a fucking resource hog, broken ass engine that like people just use because it's the default. It's like you literally have an in-house developer that has an amazing engine that's great for first-person shooters, and you're gonna use broken ass Unreal Engine 5. I don't know what the fuck goes on in Microsoft. And then, like,
once again, it's the underachievers in the medium taking full control of all the projects, because most developers, especially ones that have just recently lost their jobs because they're shit at their job, all know how to work on Unreal Engine. Yeah. And instead of teaching them how to use the proprietary tech that they've built, they thought, fuck it, it's easier just to train the babies on the training wheels.
Yeah, it's so weird though. And here's the other part that just kills me. You know, like Microsoft's a weird company because like the news that just came out today is huge. They basically invented a new state of matter, or they discovered a new state of matter to basically make a quantum computer chip that can become like, you know, a consumer product eventually, and it'll be like more powerful than a supercomputer.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, they just like do the most retarded shit, Microsoft. Yeah. Sorry, I was getting a fucking notification that I couldn't stop, so I had to mute myself. So you talk for a second, Fred. I gotta respond to something.
No, you're good. There's a monster in there.
You even know about zombies. Tell me, do you think we'll have zombies one day?
Honestly, like, it's not outside of the realm of possibility, but I think it's gonna be not the apocalyptic event that people think it's gonna be. Oh shit.
Yeah. I got diddied.
You got diddied. Let me get you up.
Thank you. I was like Diddy without the Quaaludes. It was too much to handle.
That's more like fucking Kanye without his meds.
Now he said he's not a Nazi.
Oh yeah, and like I think Wally put it best when he said, "Yeah, this is what it looks like when a guy has a fucking mental break." I don't mind people making fun of it, but people saying that he needs his life to end and everything to be ruined are going a bit fucking far.
Yeah, that's my problem. It's like this guy's clearly having a manic episode. That doesn't mean that like he doesn't deserve to be criticized for what he's saying, but it's like This is clearly not someone who's all of his, not all of his cards are in the deck.
Not all of his dogs are barking.
Yeah. And it's like, there's clearly a talented, creative guy in there somewhere, but there's also clearly this broken, twisted guy.
Well, it's like, he's like the rest of that fucking incestuous, like, cesspool. Like, people either get brutalized and spat out, or they become, like, one of the monsters.
Yeah. I mean, another thing to keep in mind, too, is, like, as fucked up as the shit he says is, it seems like his only sin is that he says fucked up shit versus, like, you know, the Diddy fucking sex rapist and shit. It's like, as much
Didn't he, like, parade his girlfriend around naked, but then turns out she was, like, a Chinese spy or something?
Well, like that, too. But, like, you know, even that, like, as fucked up as that is, it's like, that still pales in comparison to, like, one night at a Diddy club.
Yeah.
But apparently she's getting a divorce, which is like, you know, if I was that, I don't know, like, at what point did she realize, oh, maybe this guy's just fucking like,
wow, all the power and prestige and money, but I have to be next to a fucking psycho.
Kanye did not sign a prenup either, from what I read about that. Which is a terrible idea.
He's in Hollywood. He has unlimited money until he doesn't.
Yeah. Well, he still must have a pretty penny because, like, those that remember he had that shoe brand Yeezys or whatever the fuck they were? That shit was printing fucking money for, like, overpriced subpar shoes.
Yeah. It still prints money.
Yeah. Well, not anymore because his literal his website got taken down when he. Did you know what he did? He took down all of his inventory and put up a swastika shirt and labeled it HH, which I don't know what that means. It could be like Hot House or Happy Homes, or I don't know what HH could stand for with a swastika. I don't know.
It's like double Jeopardy, double Hitler.
Well, there's a phrase that the Nazis would say before Hitler, basically like saying,
oh.
Well, yeah. He's not a Nazi.
So the shirt's still on sale, right?
No. the literal, like, the main that was hosting the website just because of the...
God, like, what Nazis?
Not that I support censorship, but, like, the print house that was, like, hosting his website decided to maybe take it down. Like, and once again, I think that's... I don't necessarily like the idea of him being censored, but, like, you know, that business also does not necessarily you know, they have a...
Honestly, I can't wait until we're all back to the fuck it mentality and we just have Hitler shirts everywhere and it's no big deal. It's gonna be like the new Che Guevara.
Well, that's always been my, like, problem with, like, the people that wear the Che Guevara. Like, and when I was in college, there was a literal fucking communist that I had in class, and he would wear the Soviet hammer and sickle.
No.
In the back of my mind, I'm like, you motherfucker, you're no different than someone that had would have like Nazi paraphernalia. I know people are stupid and they're like, oh, it's not the same, but like, it really is.
Well, it's like so many of these people always turn out to be like fucking like communist trannies or like fucking weirdos and gays and like just hedonistic motherfuckers. And like at the end of the day, you look at these people and it's like, you do know Che rounded people like you up into camps and fucking murdered you and literally called like people like you less than animals. You do know that, right? Like, you are backing a horse that wants to trample you.
but you know what, now
it's the right politics, though.
Like it's you know what though, but maybe Che Guevara, it's like a razor fist where it turns out he's like actually like Che Guevara was like a homosexual.
I was about to say Che Guevara got deep with a bitch that he can't fuck who's been ran through more than a goddamn tunnel.
Well, that too. But going back to the earlier point, I also remember having a conversation with someone. This is right after the original Trump election, which people like it was crazy to be in college, right?
Oh, yeah.
Trump got elected the first time, because like the mental break that people had was like, it was like I had to play it cool and basically keep a poker face.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It was downright hilarious. Listen, and I'll say this, I do have some empathy for, like, it was just like when before raises was rolled out. Like, remember when Trump won the first time? Like, and he actually like gave like empathy to people that like literally like thought like Trump was gonna like kill them and shit. Like, there were people like occasionally I'd feel bad for, but by and large, I was just like laughing my ass off. And, like,
Well, it's like these people literally thought they were going to fucking die, and it's like,
yeah,
he is a television show host.
By the way, a New York businessman, like the New York businessman is gonna round up all the fucking gays and lesbians. He lives in a city that's like he probably has 100 fucking employees at fucking Trump Tower that are muff divers or sword swallowers. It's like, yeah, this is the guy that's gonna round you up and put you in a camp. Fucking retard. Trump really didn't even give a shit about the trans issue until just, and by the way, just like most people, until they fucking made it into like going after the kids with that shit. Well, like most people did not give a fuck.
Well, first they went after the sports, which it's unfair for any woman to fucking go up against a man in any sport. Like, unless that is something they signed up for, it's not cool. And then, like, they started, like, putting those fucking porn books in, like, elementary school, like, libraries. And it's like, are you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious? You're literally showing, like, two dudes going down on each other, and this is in grade 1 schooling. Are you fucking kidding me?
They're just, I don't know. It's absurdity. Let's see here. But I had a greater point about Trump in the original mouth. Oh, it's funny though, because like now it's like abundantly clear that those people were some of those people didn't realize they were useful idiots along the way. There's a lot of people that did not like Trump in 2016 or even 2020 that did vote for him last time around. And it's like, I wonder how they, I always was like curious as to how they feel. But anyway,
it must feel pretty fucking schizophrenic. Like this person you were told and convinced was the devil, you finally just kind of come to an epiphany like, wait a second. Why is it the people that I support are the only ones doing the bad shit?
Well, not only that, but like, here's one of the funniest moments I remember. So it was after the election, though. There was this like kid in one of the classes I was taking, and it wasn't someone I'd even consider an acquaintance, but like he'd sit in my vicinity, and he'd sit next to this one that I think was probably like a proto-troon. Like, I don't know if it was like a, it was before like the real like transgender shit took off. But, like, this is someone that was not like completely identifiable. Like, you didn't know like they'd want to be called type shit.
Yeah.
But like these two would sit next to each other, sort of like a couple rows behind me. But then because like they got there late one time, they sat at the table next to where I was sitting. Actually, that's where I met one of my college friends that I still talk to, who is like sort of jumped on the Trump train after the first term, but like it's been kind of funny because we talked about this. And this fucking kid had a like anti-swastika badge in his backpack.
No! Damn it!
No. I'm jump.
How important are your photos?
But this kid had like this was like a week after the Trump election, and I just was looking down and I seen the backpack, and it had like a giant like like a swastika with like a X through it, basically like no Nazis allowed.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, like no, but like in my mind, I said to myself, well, I actually agree with that message. Like, I don't like Nazis and I don't like, communists. Like, I think they're both pieces of shit.
Yeah.
But I was tempted to ask, but the answer kind of was asked. The question was asked by someone else actually, that was maybe a little bit bolder than me. Like, I just wanted to ask, like, you know, I agree with your message, but like, why do you feel the need to have that displayed at a fairly, you know, because that college, and even the most conservative colleges is still fairly liberal.
Yeah.
Like, why is that something that you feel like is like a needed message? Like, but somebody else was asking about that, and he's like, "Oh yeah, we got a terrible Nazi problem here."
What?
Like, oh, and that's where I made the connection. That's where I made the connection, and it's something that they started to do like right after Trump got into office. They basically will equate anybody that's like more conservative than they are, and they're like communists. So anybody that's more right of them is a Nazi.
Yeah, so logical people.
Yeah. Do you remember that fallacy though? Do you remember like that? And it wore off. Like the entire first term, they kept calling Trump and his supporters Nazis.
Well, they're still trying to do that. It's just the fucking the veneer has worn off, and like it doesn't get people angry anymore. They're just like, yeah, sure, you're a fucking idiot.
Which, like, even like the term racist, like, if you remember back, like, when we were in high school, if someone accused you of being a racist, that was like gut-wrenching shit. You know what I mean?
No, but now it's just like, yeah, I am. What the fuck are you gonna do about it?
Yeah.
It's not even like people are actually racist. It's just like they're so annoyed and spiteful towards these dickheads. That's like, I hate you and everything you stand for, so I'm just going to have a go at you and just be like, yeah, I'm everything you fucking hate. Yeah, I'm everything you're fucking worried about. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Do something.
Yeah.
You want to punch a Nazi? Well, I guess I'm right here.
Well, and the greatest thing too is like, and it's sad because it is actually a cool panel where like Captain America punches Hitler.
Yeah.
But then these retards have basically like appropriated.
Yeah, that's like Trump.
Yeah, it's so. But once again, it's like
unironically though, I want some idiot at fucking Marvel to draw a panel of Captain America punching Trump in the face, and it's like everybody would go up in uproarious laughter, just like, are you that dumb?
Well, during the Trump years, didn't they like basically make Captain America an agent for Hydra and basically like?
Yeah, they literally made him a Nazi.
Yeah.
No, he was brainwashed. I don't fucking care. You still made him a Hydra Nazi when he's.
Which, by the way, the allegory for that was like, oh, these are like Captain America's like one of the few good people that voted for Trump, but did it because they were brainwashed into doing it. That's the allegory they were trying to paint.
God.
Remember, like Hillary called us a basket of deplorables. The original quote was like, about half of Trump voters are okay people, and the other half are a basket of deplorables.
Yeah.
And it's like
the racist, the sexist, the misogynist. And it's just like, do you really have to sound like my nasally aunt after 3 bottles of wine? Come on, Hillary.
But they didn't seem to notice her. She just walked
Xenophobic.
calm as a cloud.
But it's like, at this point, I'm so done with taking any of this seriously that I'm just at the point where it's like, I don't fucking care. Just stay the fuck away from me. I don't want you in my media. I don't want you in my games. I don't care if you think, oh, your fucking shit not going mainstream's gonna kill it. Better off dead, I say.
Well, it's kind of funny because you still have like the cackling retards like we did the first time around with Trump.
Yeah.
But ever since Trump cut the shit out of that like USAID bullshit, have you noticed there's been like certain voices that are like either dead silent or seem
Well,
to
it's like
have
my coworker Carl. I love the old cat to death. He's probably like my favorite employee where I work because he's just so cool about everything. But man, can we not agree on politics whatsoever? And like he started going on about Elon Musk again, as he usually does, talking the CNN lefty talking points. I literally look him in the eye and I say, why is it so wrong that Elon Musk is finding out that we have been getting fucked over on our taxes for who knows how long? Why is it so bad that we found out where all this money is going and that we are slashing funding to embezzling schemes for projects that don't even exist. And like he looks me in the eye and he got real quiet all of a sudden. And I've never once seen like Carl get that quiet about politics, because usually he's so sure. And I think he realized that the reason he didn't have anything to say is because I was right. Maybe I don't got all my ducks in a row, but I at least know what I want and I know what to expect.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I mean, you know,
because it's like, say all you want about like Elon Musk doesn't have the right, and nor should he have the right to do this, but it's like, if not him, who was ever gonna fucking do it? We would have been going on with the wool over our eyes for who knows how long, getting fucked on all of our money. So why is it wrong that it happens now? Why is it bad that this person does it when we know for a fucking fact, if they had their way, they would do it until we were dead in the ground, and they'd still make us vote for it.
And here's the thing, like, you know, the other problem is like people can't realize that Trump actually is a sensible guy. So like Trump gave Elon like very specific.
You bitch.
People gave or Trump gave Elon very specific like guardrails, like, hey, I want you to investigate Social Security, but we're not cutting benefits from people that legitimately paid into it.
Yeah.
This is just for like, oh wait, oh look at what we discovered. There was a 350-year-old who's older than the country itself, would probably have been dead by the time it was founded, would have been here at like Jamestown settlement that was collecting fucking Social Security.
Well, it's like, that's the issue. Like people are on Twitter being like, no, it isn't 150-year-old people. It's people who don't exist. And it's like, that's not fucking good. That's worse. That is so much worse. These people don't exist and they are getting money.
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding me? Do you not hear what's coming out of your mouth? I heard it.
Well, apparently it's up to 8 million specific cases of like
holy fuck.
Which I calculated that would be like close to $100 billion a year that was basically getting pissed away somewhere.
That's bad.
In addition to the 100, which I think the other bullshit was like 140 billion or some shit that they found.
Like, it's like, once again, to go back to it, when were we ever going to find out? Like,
I think I crashed out of your game.
Oh shit.
Like the mindless machine
Yeah.
that lifts heavy things. Just tell me what you need.
Give me a sec. I'm stuck in a cutscene.
Duct tape. And cables.
Alright.
We need 10 rolls of duct
Did you
tape.
get to Toga and Faden?
15, yeah. They're bitching at each other about duct tape and cables.
Look, I get it. You need both.
Duct table though, that's got to be a fucking hit product if that comes out. A table made out of duct tape.
Get going.
It's probably been made. Let's get you back in here.
You know, over in Europe they call duct tape American tape.
God bless. Honestly, that's pretty cool. Oh God,
Yeah.
The fucking Canucks are being annoying again. Apparently people are up in arms about like things being on burger buns not being called like a sandwich.
If it's ground chicken, it can be a chicken burger, but if it's fucking pieces of chicken, it's just like the Australians cocksuckers and British limey bastards do this. If it's ground meat made into a patty, you can call it a burger. It'd be a chicken burger, or like, let's say ground lamb. Yeah, lamb burger. But if it's a solid piece of meat that has not been ground, it is not a fucking burger.
Well, it's like,
I know what you're saying.
their argument is, well, it's called a hamburger bun. And it's like, no, we just call those buns. That's just a bun.
Well,
What you put in the bun makes the bun the thing.
and actually, most of the buns that we sell are like Kaiser rolls or something like that. If we're making like a good sandwich.
If you want to get technical, but no. Fucking, that's a chicken burger. No, that's a chicken sandwich.
Well,
no, it's in a burger
by the way,
bun.
it's like, I'll give them like a slight like point. Like there are like ballpark brand hamburger and hot dog buns and rolls.
Yeah.
But like if you put two slices of cheese in a hot dog roll and grill it, it doesn't become a cheese. It doesn't become a cheese hot dog. It becomes a fucking grilled cheese that you use the wrong type of bread for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like these They're splitting hairs and they're retards.
Well, it's like, well, I even came in as the mediator. I was like, like hamburger denotes having ground burger made into a patty and put into a bun. But a hamburger is a fucking sandwich. Everything you put in between two slices of bread is a fucking sandwich.
Well,
I'll even call a hot dog a sandwich.
I think you might need to try to invite me again.
It didn't work?
It spazzed out. Oh. But it's like we have hamburg steak, which is basically like a hamburger without a bun on gravy, which is like what the Japanese like to do with their burgers. They call it hamburger, whatever.
I always love the Japanese takes on American food, or even like I love them so much more because it's just the exuberance of how they make it. But it's never anything I've ever seen here in the States. And I'm like, how can you get away with that? It's authentic American. Are you sure? Because it looks like you just took a bunch of green soda and put a scoop of ice cream in it. Oh God. What's the other thing that just lost my train of thought. There was one other thing that I love that the Japanese do that they call like specifically American. Oh, God. It's left my brain. It'll come back.
Is it a dinner, a dessert, like KFC on Christmas?
Oh, yeah, KFC on Christmas. Literally gaslit their entire country into believing that Americans just eat fucking KFC every Christmas time. And like every time, at least 70% of the time I see like a Christmas episode and they got a bucket of fried chicken. I'm like, I kind of wish that was a thing here in America.
Their KFC chicken over there looks so much better than the shit that like most make over here.
Honestly, I love Popeyes, but Popeyes murders my stomach. KFC, I haven't had in years, and I'm sure as shit sure that hasn't gotten better since the last time I've had it. Yeah. Chick-fil-A is heavily overrated. You can fucking bite me.
It's okay. It's overpriced, like you said.
You pay $15, you get a fucking bun, a chicken patty, and 2 pickles. Fuck off.
You're better off going to get like a McDonald's chicken.
I could make that easily with the same amount of money, and I'd get 40 servings.
You know, honestly, people shit on Burger King, and sometimes it's deserved. But like, I never understood like the rabid hate of Burger King, because like Burger King still has pretty good values, like with Whoppers. And shit.
Honestly, I really like their chicken sandwiches now. Like, it seems like every time they've come out with a new chicken sandwich, it's just been better than the last one.
Of course, they say to improve
the
game.
Because literally, if you get their spicy chicken sandwich, it's just a Nashville hot sandwich.
Yeah,
it's good. I like it.
Hey, KFC moved their headquarters, or they're moving their headquarters to Texas, which is very weird.
There is a military base on the other side of the
That's like Sony moving to California. That's sacrilege. Don't fucking do it.
It is.
Well, shit, you can have a satellite location. Hell, you can have that satellite location secretly be the real location. Keep your fucking headquarters in Kentucky. Otherwise, why call it Kentucky Fried fucking Chicken?
Is that moss growing on you again? Stop moving.
Maybe he'll move if we look away.
I just sound upset today. I realize I'm just sounding like angry about bullshit.
Oh, it's fun though. What's the deal?
What's the deal with fucking Burger King?
Hey, after we get this stone out, we should probably start to wrap up the stream. This is getting a little bit late.
Yeah, let's finish up this mission and then be done with it.
This flew by this stream.
Oh yeah, mostly because we were just talking the whole time. Is it on the bridge or under the bridge? It's on the bridge, isn't it?
I am so sick of this fucking bridge, Fred.
We gotta get across too. Oh god, we gotta zip line.
The problem is, And this is where like people first of all they overshit on Dying Light 2, because Dying Light 2's like mechanics with like.
Yeah, I think the mechanical upgrades are actually pretty good. As a voice crack.
Well, yeah, but it's worth. It was a valid voice crack because you're just in awe of how much better the mechanics of like parkour is just so much better.
Well, plus the verticality, like you can go so high up, and they built it like with plenty of like things to find to spare.
Well, and here's the difference. In this game, there's like legitimate like fuck ups the game makes, which they'll bring you to your falling to your death.
Oh yeah.
Dying Light 2, if you fuck up, it's completely on you when it comes to like falling off the building or something.
Yeah.
Other than like if a volatile explodes and knocks you off the building, but that's just the luck of the draw.
Yeah.
Type deal,
My main issue is I've forgotten how to like fight in the combat. Like I've forgotten how like kind of it takes a lot of your time and a lot of your focus.
In this game.
Dying Light 2 actually. In this game you just swing and whack stuff.
Well, like this game is definitely a little bit more janky. Where Dying Light 2, there's a little bit more of like a there's almost like a rhythm to be learned. Or did you fall in the water?
Yeah, I tried the grappling hook and it didn't work.
I think we gotta scale up this fucking bridge tower again and get over there. I don't think our grapple.
Yeah, I got an idea. You go your way. I'll see if I can get up through one of these supports over here. Because it looks like there might be a door on one. Second to last beer. I am out of after I'm done with these beers. I'm out of recreational enjoyment. well, inebriated recreational enjoyment. My funds got fucked this month, which is kind of ironic because I'm expecting a okay tax check. Did you die?
I died.
Oh.
I soared too close to the sun, Fred.
Icaray.
Icaray. Sounds like a weird fucking. Did you get over there?
Yeah, I just swam to the platform underneath. There was a door. Can't fucking grapple anything in here.
The game gave me a sympathy ride to the top of the bridge.
Oh, you lucky bitch.
But I still got to get up this little scaffolding area. But yeah, just remember that once you do your taxes, it does take a few weeks to get your return.
Oh, I know. I've already gotten them done and dusted. I always try to get my taxes done early.
It is. But isn't it funny though? Like,
I'm alive.
You know, the IRS will like delay giving you your money when it comes to their money.
Oh yeah, God forbid you're fucking late. Holy shit, they will breathe down your neck like you were the fucking worst worm in the dirt that they want to smash.
Yeah, if there's one thing, folks, to not ever like joke around with, this is a lesson that Wesley Snipes learned.
Fuck.
It's tax fraud.
I forget, like, how bad was Wesley Snipes' tax fraud? Because he went to prison, right?
It was several million, I think.
Holy fuck. Did he just forget to pay him, or did he do it on purpose? I don't blame him if he did it on purpose. Because at this point, fuck the United States government. They don't deserve my tax money.
The problem is, it was the punishment, like, obviously he, you know, if he did do something wrong, he shouldn't have done it, but, like, I agree with your sentiment, though, like, fuck all the wasted money we've given these cocksuckers.
It was literally all for nothing.
The punishment did not fit the crime. Like, they just took someone that was high profile, like, a Hollywood actor, and they decided to throw the book at him. Because, you know, he's Earl.
Well, he probably went to Epstein's Island and didn't want to rape a child, and then they got all fussy and huffy with him because he was a black guy who didn't want to rape a child. And then they were like, "Well, now he's got dirt on us. We better scare him into silence."
Yeah.
Game. You fucking tried to kill me, you dick.
He went back to Epstein Island as Blade.
Didn't killed all the pedophiles. Oh, Christ alive. What kind of fucking world do we live in?
Well,
You find fat teens fucking thingy that we're looking for. Ow! Shit.
I was trying to get a zombie to camouflage, but I ended up getting killed.
Oh yeah, I see why you need that. Go away.
Yeah, there's no way we could kill all of them. I mean, we could, but we'd be here for probably several hours.
I mean, I can draw them away if you want to see if you can find the fucking thing. I'll try and get myself camouflage, but yeah. That's not... Knock it off. Knock it off. Why are... We didn't turn on the event. Why are there so fucking many of the friggin' volatiles? Not volatiles, fucking virals. I feel like we've been running from these fucking things ever since we got out of the pit. Alright, I got a zombie dead up here. I'm gonna try and camo. Ugh. Ugh. I'm not secretly into this. Ugh. I got plenty of health kits for all the ones I had to use because those fuckers won't leave me alone.
Well, Fred, I'm definitely drawing the attention to me.
Do you remember? Man. It's weird. I just had nostalgia for the old style looking blue screen of death. Because it's different now.
Oh, yeah.
like that's the weird thing about the new blue screen of death. It's like it doesn't make you feel like, oh shit, something's severely wrong. It's just like, hey, sorry, frowny face, something fucked up. We pulled a fucky wucky.
Well, eventually it makes you feel like, oh shit, something's wrong. Like, let's say you help let's say your really good friend's sibling bought a nice laptop. And put a bunch of fucking fucked up driver issues because the Windows 11, and then it just shit. Like, I'm glad her laptop still like kind of works.
It's still huffing along. It's a shock, but it's got some. Stop taking me.
Well, the problem is basically stuck on 3-year-old drivers, which it's not like she can't run games on it, but it's basically like it's performance. There's no performance gains that the drivers could bring, which I feel bad about. But it's like it's either you take that hit or your laptop won't run.
Yeah. Just.
It's so weird. It's so weird though, because like at the time that laptop was like practically new, right? It was only like a few months old or whatever. It was less than a year old.
I want to say it was a little older than like a few months.
It was okay. Maybe it was a little bit.
Because I want to say that was the laptop she brought with her like to college. It was old.
No, she got that in like, but okay.
Because it's a gigabyte laptop.
No, but it had an RTX 3000 series card though.
Oh.
So Windows 11 was definitely in the pipeline when that laptop was released. It wasn't out yet, but it was definitely in the pipeline, meaning that all of like the computer companies would have had like test software, that shit, for like products going back a couple years prior to release. So there was no reason why that product should have had that kind of issue upgrading to a new OS. Like and did I ever I think I sent her the article because she was asking something about it. Like basically that Gigabyte was found to basically have like defective GPU chips.
Oh God, yeah, I remember that. That was such a shame because for a while that thing was actually pretty damn good, but then it just killed itself.
Well, because I recommended that laptop to her because Gigabyte prior to that I always knew was like a reputable brand, but I guess they basically right around the time they released that laptop they decided to like cut costs and shit.
Oh.
You know. which they had like a problem that Asus did. Asus was actually far more egregious from what I remember.
Tolga, it's Crane. I have your sonar unit.
Great. But Asus basically released a high-end motherboard. It was like a $600 motherboard.
Yeah, I remember it was pretty famous how like Asus shit the bed too.
Well, here's what they did though. Like you think about like spending $600 just on a motherboard. That's like someone that's gonna build like a $4,000 or $5,000 computer with like the highest end processors and AMD, you know, like Threadripper shit, or like you know, NVIDIA graphics cards like a 5090. Or
I want to run on the 10 too. Come on, game.
So they literally released a. Listen to this. They literally released a high-end motherboard that if you used the high-end CPU in, would have fried the CPU.
You're kidding. They sold a product that couldn't function as it's supposed to.
But it gets even worse. They released like a fix for it, but they only would release it under their beta drivers, which basically if you installed it, it would invalidate your warranty. So it's either take a chance with frying your CPU, which they wouldn't replace, they'd only replace your motherboard because of that, or basically invalidate your warranty on both and install the beta drivers that might also have the same issue.
Jesus Christ,
So
that's like FEMA when they tried to give a couple $100 for relief effort to all these fucking poor people who got wiped out by the hurricane, and they just had to put in the caveat, well, you still gotta you still gotta pay it off though. What do you mean I have to pay it off? That's not relief then.
They did the same thing in Hawaii.
Oh, dude, it was like the shit they did like is fucking nefarious, because literally they made sure it got as bad as it could, and then a bunch of property moguls went in and offered like fucking bottom dollar for their destroyed homes, and they're like, well, you're not gonna get anything back for this anyway. In fact, it's more fiscally responsible if you give us all your possessions because you can't use them. Because you have no home.
Did you know what they?
And fuck you.
Did you know what they did to the poor bastards in California? By the way, these are like 3 major disasters that have basically not been fixed because of Biden's mistake, like just negligence and like deliberate like sabotage.
Well, no, Biden and all of his fucking cronies, like that one fucking prick.
Because he was.
What's his face?
But,
Dancing Dave or whatever. The guy who did the wiggle, who was so proud about like cleaning up his city for like Chinese communists coming to look at his fucked up disease.
The mayor of San Francisco.
Yeah, that fucker.
Yeah. But do you know what they did in California about 3 or 4 months before those wildfires hit?
What?
Like majority of those people that had their houses burned down had their policy fire protections taken away, and California said it was okay.
Wow. And how am I not to believe that this shit is all on purpose all the fucking time?
Yeah.
It's like you
can't even write something that ridiculous. Like
it's evil. It's just evil. Okay.
Mind you, these weren't just like the multi-millionaires who probably could afford to rebuild. This is like, you know, regular Joe and Jane that's fucking probably stuck there because of a job. Like they can't even fucking move if they wanted to. And then they're getting their whole, they're not going to get the fucking recovery that, you know, Billy Bob Thornton or Mel Gibson fucking can get.
Yeah.
You know, but it's still ridiculous. It's like, if I'm paying into insurance, I don't even care if you're a rich cocksucker. Like, if you pay for insurance, you should not have that shit canceled.
Yeah. Well, insurance companies have been rotten to the core for a while now, so I'm not shocked that they fucking pulled shit like this.
Well, and once again, like, even though, like, that fucking stupid kid that killed the insurance guy shouldn't have done that, it's like, the reason why there's no sympathy for that guy, and by the way, like you said, there's, like, a lot of, like, questions to be asked about that whole situation.
Oh yeah.
You know, because like.
Oh yeah, like I'm definitely thinking like if that kid's not like definitely guilty, the Patsy already got away, or he's dead.
Yeah. But the reason why, like, my problem, like, people not understanding why, like, some people, like, I don't think people should be in support of the kid, but like, the reason why people weren't sympathetic towards the insurance guy's death is because a lot of people have witnessed fucking family members or friends having to suffer through like disease.
Well, even that fucking
death.
insurance broker prick was fucking comically evil. Didn't he do like a bunch of stuff like that fucked over families and caused people to die?
Well, that's why, like, if we do believe the like narrative that we're being told, that's why like that kid, the Luigi kid, picked that company.
Oh no,
Healthcare.
That was a hired hit. No way.
Oh, I think so too. But United Healthcare is like literally the worst, and I can tell you that as someone that had United Healthcare a few years ago. They are terrible. I actually got a class action refund check from them because that was who my college health plan was through that I had to pay for.
Oh Christ!
And apparently the college as well as I did overpaid for the health care.
Oh, this ain't 15. What the fuck? Oh, this is to go to the next part. Okay, so we gotta go to the next part if we want to see 15 again. All right. Oh, my stick started doing the thing. That was the first time this stream.
Do you want to see 15 before we wrap this up?
Nah, because I know as soon as we start this mission, we are going to get into a whole new sweeping bunch of other missions. So we might as well cut it here.
We're going to wrap it up with the beautiful ambience of screaming death below us.
I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody down here is alive. Yeah. I'm pretty sure there's guys inside that room. So let's not accidentally 5 guys inside Quinn. But yeah, just to kind of finish the thought that we were currently on, it's no mistake that literally nobody gave a shit about that piece of shit guy fucking getting bumped off. But you are kidding yourself if it was anything more than somebody paid him to get moved out of the way so somebody could move up in the company. Literally, his coworkers, when they got outside and saw him dead on the fucking ground, they were like, oh, well, I'm going to step over this like it's a dog turd in the road. What?
Yeah.
What? There's so many virals!
The game was like, I don't
care if you don't want the event. You're playing the fucking event.
It was a false choice. There's no way we could avoid the volatiles or whatever they're fucking.
The virals. Oh god. Yeah, before more of these fuckers come after us, might as well wrap this up. You got any closing thoughts that you want to talk to, or?
We'll back soon. Hopefully.
I've honestly been thinking about either streaming like tomorrow or possibly Friday. Probably finally
you gotta get a stream in this week.
Yeah, I know. I gotta continue on with Disco Elysium. I promised myself next stream I do would be try to continue on with that and possibly maybe keep going on that until I can beat it. And then I haven't quite decided yet. I haven't decided whether I'm going to keep on the DMC kick and go on to 4 or do something a little bit different with one of the magical gifts he gave me. This man this man right here, this fucking saintly motherfucker gave me, what was it? Fucking 6 games within a month. Like you gave me a.
Oh, is that when I was unloading games a while back?
Maybe. Because you gave me the Metal Gear Collection 1 through 3, which I've always had, which I've always wanted to play through. I'm probably gonna start with 1 if I do that. You gave me.
I hope it's at least an upgrade.
You gave me Dead Rising 1, 2, and 3 as well. It's just.
Well, that was because you helped with my fucking driveway, my snow.
Yeah, wasn't there another thing you got me? Like for some reason I'm blanking on it. It might have been just something that you're like, hey, do you have this? And you just handed it to me because I said no.
Oh, well, technically I remember what it was. It was kind of a ridiculous thing when you think about it, but it was my extra copy of the James Bond GameCube game, the third-person one, Everything or Nothing.
Damn. I do have that AV converter.
Yeah, that is a fun game to stream, by the way, and it's quick. You can beat it in like 5 or 6 hours.
I do still kind of want to do like a Silent Hill 2 stream with that thing for its christening.
Oh yeah.
But the problem is, like, I want to wait until it's like Like, for one, I want to wait till, like, semi-nicer weather. Then again, I might actually wait till next Halloween and just stream it around then.
That'd be perfect. And honestly, if we get this wrapped up by spring, Dying Light, which, I mean, what are we, probably halfway through the story?
I would say, yeah, this is the halfway point, because pretty much everything from here on out, like, all of the side missions in the city are really packed together, and things are going to start happening quick, so I don't think we got much time left with this game.
Yeah.
Obviously, eventually we're going to do the following, but do you want to do that right after this, or did you want to do something different?
Well, I was thinking we alternate, because like, we did Resident Evil quite extensively, and I mean, my question is, do we want to jump back in the RE and do RE5? Because that's almost like a good kind of like spring or summer game, because it's still Resident Evil, but it's, I don't know, the setting of Africa and everything, you know?
Oh God! Oh God! There's been rumors that they might remake 5. Imagine that coming back up. Excuse me. Imagine that coming back up in the zeitgeist. You're killing people in Africa because you're a racist. No, I'm killing people in Africa because they're in Africa. We just happen to be here.
I wanted to rework the game to be actually racist. Like, I want to have...
like Chris hops out the Jeep and immediately shows just like, I've had enough about the esteemed red.
Who's the black chick in that game?
Sheva.
Like, I want Sheva to be like from Hotel Rwanda.
Don't be a fucking pussy. Bring back the bikini. Bring back the tribal bikini. That's like, my bit was like, Chris gets out of the... That's so bad. Chris gets out of the fucking Jeep and he's like, sorry, I'm trying to blend in. He's got like blackface on.
Oh,
which is actually funny that you should mention wanting to do Resident Evil 5 next, because Kyle Crane is voiced by Roger Craig Smith, so...
Oh, look at that.
So?
Did he get dragged through the mud over nothing?
No, actually, I'm pretty sure Roger Craig Smith has like kept himself quite clean. A lot of the RE personalities have managed to keep themselves quite clean, all things considered.
Yeah. Other than Troy Baker.
Yeah. Like people shit on The Last of Us 2 like a whole fuck ton, but honestly, Laura Bailey, she's a real one. I've never seen anything about her that screamed to me, oh, she's just another one of that crowd. She's just trying to get some work, man. And people being up in arms about The Last of Us 2, yeah, that's fine. But like there were a few people who tried to go at like Laura Bailey for being a part of it, and it's just like, she's a voice actor. Sure, a lot of them are shitty, but like some people legit are just there, not because they believe in the ideology, but because they just want a paycheck. And you look me dead in the fucking eyes and tell me, if somebody at Naughty Dog, if Neil Druckmann him fucking self came up to you and said, hey, I want you to be the deuteragonist of my upcoming game, you get full voice credit, and you are going to have hours of dialogue to say, do you want the job? Even I'd fucking take that job. Hell, I'd drop to my knees and below him. And he'd probably try to run away, but I'd grab him by the hips and fucking yank on him and make sure he can't fucking get away.
And you know what, Fred? I think this is the perfect note.
On that note, really?
After
I haven't even wiped my mouth off yet. Neil is just scared in the corner. He's in the fetal position. He doesn't know what just happened. He offered me a job and I essentially raped him.
Start making quicker.
I start sprouting mushroom face. I eat Neil Druckmann.
Wow.
And then I turn into a fucking man-bun ponce of a fucking zombie and everybody's trying to kill me, but somehow I gain back sentience through being a douchebag.
Alright. Well, we'll see you soon, buddy. And you have a good one, alright?
Thanks to anybody who dropped by.
Viewers,
Anybody, like, thank you very much. Anybody returning, welcome back. I've been Fred. This is my buddy Ray.
Hello.
Y'all have a good night now.
Good night.
That should be good. Ah, missed the button.